Order in the court.
I am definitely doing a verdict watch. Warning, the subject matter is about child sex abuse and child exploitation. So some viewers may be disturbed by this content. I'm pretty tough out there, and over a year and a half later, this story still disturbs me. So if you're triggered, leave now. If you remember, or if you don't know anything about this case, the text messages were so explicit and sick, it was very hard to read. I can just only imagine what this little girl had to go through. I will read a few of them, but I'm going to be censoring them the best way that I can. I actually had posted these text messages on my Facebook when the story had actually broke a year and a half ago, and I was actually sent 30 days in Facebook jail. This is how pretty much disgusting that they were. And they are nowhere that you can find these text messages on Facebook. That's how sick, gross, and disturbing that they are. So, and if you're my friends on Facebook, you do know I'm always in Facebook jail. So now I'm on YouTube, that they told me to do. But anyway, I've been looking at this story, trying to find out information about it, and here we are. So maybe somebody viewing today actually may know a little something about what's going on with this story. Okay, so I'm going to be filling in stuff by letters and blank. That will be my censorship. Bartlesville, Oklahoma. A married couple, Kendall and Ashley, are living at the Skyline Motel with Ashley's 8-year-old daughter. Now, to my knowledge, he has children as well, but Ashley's daughter is his stepdaughter, most definitely. So these are the text messages exchanged. Kendall: my dude stayed here, but when you get here, I'm taking and sucking my little blank. I'ma send his ass outside. I don't care if she woke. I want to suck her. The little dude he was referring to was his son, so his son was there at the hotel room with them. Ashley: I love you, baby. Kendall: make sure you hush her. Ashley: I did. She's not going to say anything. She told me she was scared and didn't like it. Kendall: Kay, I'ma quit. Ashley: I don't want you to. I just don't want her scared. I wanted to suck your D when you were doing it. So basically she was right there watching this whole disgusting episode. Kendall: make sure she ain't talking for real, for real. I'll let her go. I don't understand what he meant by I'll let her go, but I will continue. Ashley: I told her that she better not say anything or I'm taking the phone for good. I wish you were here to scare her. Kendall: tell her what I said, for real, for real. Now, this is the next host of text messages. I think that Ashley's at work and Kendall is at the hotel room with this child, who, by the way, is 8 years old. Kendall: yep, I did that though. Ashley: is she scared? Now, it seems for a minute Ashley had a little bit of concern for her daughter, even though she pretty much put her daughter in that position. Then Ashley actually says, how did she taste? Kendall says, nah, she ain't in real good. I don't know what that is, but that's what he said. Ashley: did she go back to sleep? Kendall: trying. We both is. Ashley: I just want to come home. I want to cuddle up with my babies. Kendall: Kay, see you at 6. Here's another host of messages. Ashley: I just feel like we will be much better if we stay 100% honest. And if there is anything either one of us is hiding, it needs to come out. I do love you very much, and I hope you don't. Are you mad at me right now? This is what she says. He tells her he's not mad, and he agrees with whatever it is that she's trying to say. Kendall, my little tight blank and you is all I need and want. But I want more action with my little blank blank. Ashley, okay, babe. I hope and pray that's true. I want you to put your ring back on. So this is what she was praying about. Kendall, I will, but promise me I will get more action. If I kid you not, all through these text messages, this man's only concern is this one sex act with this child. In all these messages, that's his main concern. Ashley, yes, I promise. It's going to be hard, but I promise. As long as I know for sure she is asleep. Kendall, you two are enough to keep me excited and happy. For real, for real. So he's assuring her as long as he can still do whatever he wants to her child, he won't probably go out there and hook up with other women. He's happy. Her daughter is enough to keep him excited because I guess Ashley couldn't do it. She had 2 digits in her age and she's a grown woman, so she couldn't do it, at least not on her own. Ashley, yes, baby. Have that pretty little blank. Anyway, she's describing her child's private parts, and it's amazing. Kendall, I'm going to have a field day, and there's more host of text messages. Ashley, I bet she loved feeling your blank getting blank when she was blanking on it. Kendall, she did. She stayed in that position until I moved. Now, for me and for a lot of people, that is flat out sexual intercourse, child abuse. They tried to say in earlier statements that it was just oral and that's all that was found throughout these text messages. But if you actually seen these text messages, you could see clearly that more than oral was going on with these people. Ashley, she wants daddy's blank. Kendall, I'm going to F her when she gets older in front of you, so she knows she's staying home. I apologize for someone's raggedy ass car, but life goes on. Kendall, I'm going to F her when she gets older in front of you, so you know she's staying home. Ashley, she loves daddy's D. Not gonna lie, it's a turn on. So basically, this woman is turned on by watching her daughter be sexually abused by her husband. This is a turn on for Ashley. In the room, there's alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, and this is where this little girl is at. And this is where they're staying. Throughout the text messages, baths are discussed. Ashley actually says, ha ha, we got in the bath. And blank was like, Mom, I hope Kendall doesn't come home before we get out and pee on us. IMAO. So she was laughing her ass off about what her daughter says. So I guess they all have bathed at one point. I'm speculating, but throughout the text messages, it had to be. I don't know why this grown woman is bathing with her 8-year-old daughter. She's not a baby. I guess dude put his ring back on. I guess she's feeling really good now. The family is bonding and they're joking about this. I guess trying to make it seem normal, which is far beyond normal. She talks about situations where he was doing things. I'll put it right in front of her. So everyone is comfortable, probably, but this little girl, she's just doing what she has to do, I guess, to not get in trouble, I guess, to make her please her mother. So she's just going along with it. I'm sure this little girl did not want to do this at all, and I'm sure they threatened her. That, of course, those are not in the text messages, but I'm pretty sure it was consistent threat. You'll see. I'm about to get to that. So pictures of this little girl while she slept were being taken, and pictures of this little girl was in both of these people's phone, and in the police records it's saying that this little girl was also naked. Ashley, the fact that she has said that she will let you F her when she gets older, she's going to want to F. And Ashley also says, I should have walked over there in the morning and actually seen it. What did she say about both of us? So that's why I believe she's close by. Now remember, they're staying in a hotel room, so I'm just speculating she probably works at a store, not too far, because she's saying that she should have, walked over there. And she's like, what did she say about the both of us? I mean, she's acting like they picked up a chick at a bar and they're gonna, have a threesome. I mean, this is your kid. This is not a random chick that you picked up, at a club. This is your baby. But, I don't know. It's disgusting. Ashley, I came back to work horny as fuck. So she describes how the 8-year-old was rubbing on this grown man's private parts, and she is just so turned on by this. And of course, talking about more oral sex again. He asks Ashley if it's okay if he jacks, and I'll just say, on the victim. And she responds, yeah, she's pretty much down for that. And she says how the victim liked it when he kept pulling his blank out. That's what she thinks, but she assumes her daughter is liking this. Kendall, you tell her what I do is okay, and I run y'all. I know, I seen her keep looking. Ashley, I told her it was okay. That's why she was like, touch mommy, when she was watching you. Kendall, right, I just want to EAT her and make her hush for real. Ashley, she was scared. And it scared me when she started crying. I feel like if we push her too hard, she will push away. And I want to see you EAT her so bad. When you put your hands around her throat and said, shut up, she didn't say stop. She was like, don't tell me to shut up. Kendall, I know she's mine. Ashley, she is baby. So these were the text messages, and I try to censor them as best as I can. You can Google Kendall and Ashley Burnett, and the text messages do come up, and you can see them for yourself. You've been warned. It is so disgusting. It is so graphic. Now, this man actually thought that, he had it made. While his wife was out there working, he's literally laid up with her daughter. She thought it was all peaches and creams too, because he put his ring back on, and they pretty much, had scared this little girl into thinking, this was how it was going to be. And if they didn't get caught, I'm pretty sure this was how it was going to be, until she probably came up pregnant. So on February 23rd, the police received a report the couple was having sex with this 8-year-old girl, and the conversations were then posted all over Facebook Messenger. When police arrived to the local motel, Ashley was there with her daughter, and they did see the cocaine, a bong, marijuana canisters, and everything in that hotel room. And everyone was outraged when they saw these messages. It was just horrifying. 3 citizens would protest the Burnett child abuse case. Kendall was being charged at that time with simple child neglect, as if they didn't even see these text messages, which meant his wife's charges wasn't even as much. This protest was to add more charges in which, dude did everything from child porn to the lewd sex acts. An assistant district attorney would explain, just because the messages were on the Facebook format doesn't mean that that's all that they have to present. He said there is more to it than that. Kendall could face up to 20 years, and Ashley hasn't had charges modified and is still facing several counts, including enabling child sexual abuse. By the way, Ashley was saying that the text messages were all talk. But I'm sure now that this little girl has been interviewed and they found out a lot more than we even knew. Because it wasn't all talk. You can clearly see a lot was going on. Ashley would say things in past tense, like, how did it taste? That's past tense. And their messages was like, quote, on him. So basically you knew what was going down. It wasn't just talk. It wasn't, hey, why don't we do this to my kid? And you can do this. And he's like, oh yeah, I would love to do that. No, they said they were doing it. While this woman was at work texting because she wanted a play-by-play, pretty much, of the abuse of her daughter. She was doing anything to keep him in this marriage. She was beyond desperate to sacrifice her child because that is what she did. I really couldn't even continue. It's just too graphic. I normally play my videos back just to make sure I didn't mess up. I don't even want to play this back. So I apologize for me messing up a couple times, but I'm just trying to get the story out. And again, if you're interested, just Google Kendall and Ashley Burnett's text messages and click on your images, and you've been warned because they are all there in black and white, and it's disgusting. What these two did has really damaged a lot of people on both sides of the family. I'm certain that there's other children that will probably ask, have they been touched by him? Or at least they should be, because, on the Facebook page, I consistently see him, talking about his little girl and making it seem like he's such a great dad, when in actuality, he's a monster. His Facebook page is still up there. Her Facebook page is edited where you just see her picture. You don't see anything, because I know when the story first broke, I went on her Facebook page and I was able to get pictures, because when on my Facebook page, I used to do stories and a lot of people would seriously be like, I have to unfriend you. Your stories are horrible. I wouldn't do stories like this all the time, but occasionally I would do stories. And that's when a lot of people told me to get, YouTube. So I did. But, I did manage to get pictures because she had, her Facebook open at the time. And I guess now that she's in jail, they close their Facebook when they get locked up, so people won't go on and tell them how disgusting they are. But they are definitely doing it to Kendall. Sometimes people will do to other people's children what they really wanted to do to their own. So hopefully his children haven't been violated by this man, even though it's still bad that this little girl did. Now, it's been over 1.5 years. At the time, Ashley wasn't cooperating with the police. I'm wondering if she is cooperating now. The court date was supposed to happen in March 2021. That was 4 months ago. I have been looking on every site I can, and there is no developments. I haven't found any court transcripts that I like to look at. There's absolutely nothing. So if anyone knows what's going on with these sickos, please let me know. Now, sometimes YouTube does turn off my comment section because I guess my videos are a bit much. But if they haven't turned off my comment section, I just want to know if these people have a court date. But I do plan on following this story as well. I hope that this little girl who is now 10, 11, I hope that she does get justice. And I hope that, that these sick perverts do get some good long time. I mean, this is terrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So if you guys know this, please let me know. Justice for the little girl. Oh yeah, and another thing, it's terrible too. A lot of people did this story and pictures. They have pictures right there. So I chose to blur the pictures out. But unfortunately, the pictures are there. So I hated to see that because she is a abuse victim. And you're not supposed to show their pictures, especially when they're underage. But there you go. Horrible, horrible story.